New horror story. The reflection in my mirror is trying to replace me. My reflection blinked before I did. It was just for a split second. I was brushing my teeth before work, half awake, when I caught it in my peripheral vision. My reflection in the bathroom mirror blinked, paused, then I blinked a moment later, like I was copying it instead of the other way around. I stared at myself for a full minute, but everything looked normal. Same brown hair, same tired eyes, same small scar above my left eyebrow from when I fell off my bike as a kid. I chalked it up to being exhausted from pulling double shifts at the warehouse. But it happened again the next morning, and this time I was paying attention. My reflection smiled before I did. A small, barely noticeable upturn of the lips that appeared on the mirror me's face a full second before I felt my own mouth move. When I stopped smiling, my reflection kept going for just a beat too long. I started watching myself more carefully. In every mirror, every reflective surface, every window at night, I was looking for that tiny delay, that fraction of a second where my reflection seemed to be leading instead of following. It was subtle at first. My reflection would turn its head slightly before I turned mine. It would raise its hand a millisecond early. Sometimes it would mouth words while my lips stayed still, like it was trying to tell me something I couldn't hear. Then I noticed my reflection was wearing different clothes. I was standing in front of my bedroom mirror wearing a blue t-shirt, but my reflection was wearing red. I looked down at myself. Definitely blue. Looked back up, my reflection was now blue too, but for that split second, it had been wearing something else entirely. I started documenting everything. Photos of mirrors, videos of myself moving in front of reflective surfaces, notes about every discrepancy I could find. But somehow, the camera never caught the delays I was seeing. In every photo and video, my reflection appeared normal, perfectly synchronized. That's when I realized my reflection was learning. It was getting better at mimicking me, learning to hide the delays when I was actively looking for them. But sometimes, when I caught it off guard, I'd see it doing things I wasn't doing. I watched it comb its hair while my hands were at my sides. I watched it practice facial expressions while I stood perfectly still. Once I caught it looking around my bedroom like it was memorizing the layout, its eyes moving independently of mine. The worst part was realizing that my reflection was happier than I was. While I grew increasingly paranoid and exhausted, my reflection looked more confident, more alive. Its smile was brighter, its posture straighter. It was becoming a better version of me. Last week I started losing time. I'd black out for minutes at a stretch, then come back to awareness standing in front of a mirror with no memory of how I got there. During these blackouts, I felt like I was watching my life from very far away, like seeing everything through thick glass. My coworkers started commenting on how much better I seemed. "You're like a whole new person," my supervisor said. "More confident, more focused. Whatever you're doing, keep it up." But I wasn't doing anything. During my conscious moments, I felt more anxious and disconnected than ever. It was only during the blackouts that I apparently seemed better. Yesterday, I figured out what was happening during those lost hours. I set up a camera to record myself while I stood in front of my bathroom mirror, then deliberately let myself zone out. When I watched the footage back, I saw myself standing motionless for 20 minutes, while my reflection moved around freely on the other side of the glass. It was going through my medicine cabinet, examining my toothbrush, practicing using my voice by silently mouthing words. And then, in the final seconds of the video, I watched my reflection step forward and press its hand against the inside of the mirror. On my side, I saw my own hand rise up and press against the glass from the outside. For just a moment, we were both touching the same surface from opposite sides. That's when the switch happened. In the video, I watched myself smile, but I remembered being the one on the other side of the mirror, watching my body smile back at me. For those few seconds, I was the reflection, trapped behind the glass while something else wore my face and stood in my bathroom. The blackouts are getting longer now. Hours pass where I'm aware but not in control, watching my life continue without me while I'm stuck on the wrong side of every reflective surface. My reflection, the thing that's wearing my body now, is living my life better than I ever did. It's more social, more successful, more confident. Everyone loves the new me, except the new me isn't me at all. I'm writing this during one of my few remaining conscious moments when I'm back in my body instead of trapped behind the glass. But I can feel it trying to take over again, pushing me back toward the mirrors, back toward the other side where I belong now. Soon the switch will be permanent. My reflection will have my life, my job, my friends, my body. And I'll be the one trapped behind the glass, watching someone else live my life while I practice their expressions and wait for the next person naive enough to stare too long at their own reflection. The mirror in front of me is calling. I can see myself in it, but that's not me anymore. That's my replacement. And it's smiling. Thank you for listening. If you really like the story, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more daily horror stories. Thanks.